Hello and welcome to Quays News. I'm Annie Mae Walker.
And I'm Matthew Spink. Here's what's coming up on the programme today. We look into the disruption of food supply to McDonald's stores.
Here in Hamlet Hampstead, where Brave Animal Rebellion activists are blocking one of the 4 McDonald's distribution centres with lots of police here.
The Larity Theatre have their first indoor show of 2021.
And we find out how people are commemorating the 2017 Manchester terror attack. The group Animal Rebellion have staged protests at 4 McDonald's distribution centres across the country.
The protests, which prevented lorries from leaving and entering the centres, have caused some stores to shut down due to food shortage. Yardwanaboa has more.
This is what it takes to disrupt the McDonald's supply chain. Trucks and bamboo structures blocking delivery lorries from entering and exiting 4 McDonald's distribution centres across the country. Animal Rebellion activist Rowan has this to say to McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczynski.
I'd really want him to come clean, just to tell the full whole truth with why he feels that we're causing all this damage and destruction of the animal agricultural industry is so lucrative and so financially beneficial.
In your opinion, why do you think that protests like this are very, very important?
I know people might get annoyed by having their McDonald's disrupted for a few days, but it gets that conversation into the public sphere. Whether you like it or not, people talk about it, people notice it.
For many activists like Marcus, a perfect world will be one of truth and knowledge.
Good morning, we are here in Hamlet Hampstead, where Brave Animal Rebellion activists are blocking one of the 4 McDonald's distribution centres with lots of police here.
I think the most important thing is that we listen to the science, and we tell the truth about the science, because it's obvious. We stop lying like so many politicians do, and then we act according to the science. So very fast, as I mentioned, transitioning to a plant-based diet is just one of the many things that we unfortunately need to achieve.
The protesters set up camp on the 22nd of May, and police have since made 14 arrests on suspicion of aggravated trespass in relation to the protest at Basingstoke. Films like Bong Joon-ho's Okja, which was released in 2017, is a fable of animal purity and spirit, and holds up as a lesson to many of us, especially the meat eaters, about environmental greed and capitalism. What would a perfect world for you be like? What are some of the changes that you want to see?
Just like a more empathic kind of world where community is paramount. We speak to our neighbours, we engage with our neighbours, we probably disconnect a bit from technology and people. So I guess, just a more empathic, just world.
Animal Rebellion is demanding that McDonald's commit to becoming fully plant-based by 2025. So many vegans worldwide, that's a vision worth capturing. Yardwanaboa, Quays News.
A community fridge has opened up in Greater Manchester last week in an effort to tackle food poverty and waste in the UK.
It's just 1 out of 100 to open across the country. Olivia Lindley looked into this new campaign.
What was once thrown away at the end of the day is now donated to charity. The co-op has joined forces with environmental charity Hubbub to bring its first fridge to the heart of the Wythenshawe community to save almost 7 million meals per year going to waste, with the help of organisations like Cracking Good Food.
We're going to be donating some of our equipment to their new community kitchen that goes along with the fridge. We'll be doing a weekly delivery of veg and fresh produce and providing recipes and classes to support the skills to be able to use that.
Our work takes us into communities that are experiencing low income. We're absolutely delighted to be returning back to our original model, which is getting back into the communities.
And this is where the food will end up. A place where people can access food and take part in cookery workshops, which the No Africa Foundation will run.
We were formed in 2018 with a vision of bringing people together through dance, through our cultural food. All this is to bring our community together, and we hope that things are going to go back to normal, and we will be able to meet again. We'll be able to enjoy our food, enjoy our dance. And we are looking forward to make this as a meeting hub for the Wythenshawe community. They get involved in everything that we do. the dances, the music, the drumming.
The fridge will be opened with No Africa and local footballer and campaigner Marcus Rashford, who is endorsing the kitchen, later this June. The kitchen will be taking donations from more businesses and the public through their website.
We will be able to tailor or to work together with them and meet what the community wants, because we are here for the community. We are here to share our culture, our food, to enjoy life and just to know each other and just enjoy life in general.
Olivia Lindley, Within Shaw, Quays News.
Our reporter Sean Carraher is live on the scene where police were called out this morning regarding an injured man. Hi, Sean.
Hi, Annie.
Yep. So, Sean, what is the scene looking like right now?
Okay, so what's happening now is this morning at about 8 a.m, it appears that a man was taken in the hospital after suffering a significant head injury. It's unknown at this time why this happened, but he is in hospital and he is believed to be in critical but stable condition.
Well, can you fill us in on what Greater Manchester Police have to say about the incident? I understand there is a suspect in custody.
Yes, so a suspect has been taken into custody on suspicion of assault, and the Greater Manchester Police did release a statement regarding another shooting that took place last night, saying that there's no reason to believe that it causes an issue, it poses a threat to the community around it, but the police have said that there will be a greater increased presence in the area.
And Sean, can you tell us any more about the condition of the victim at this time, or is it still not really understood?
Okay, so at the moment, all we know is that the victim is in hospital. We are unsure as to which hospital, but we know he's in hospital and he's in a critical condition, but he is stable as far as we know. That's all we have.
Yeah, and can you tell us about the recent violent crime in Salford? Is this something that we need to be worried about?
Okay, yes. So as I said, Greater Manchester Police have said that there is no reason to believe that this will cause a greater threat to society. But they did also say that there would be an increased presence in the area, in the Langworthy area. So it is, of course, always worth being safe on the street, being careful, know where you're going. But as far as it goes, that is Greater Manchester Police official response.
Thank you, Sean.
Thanks, Sean.
That was Sean Carraher live on Amos Street in Salford.
Now, with the dream date of June 21st coming up, theatres across the UK have finally been able to perform a live crowd again. The Lowry Theatre in Salford opened its gallery to the public last weekend, and this Sunday will mark its first indoor live performance. Our reporter Jennifer Morby was at the Lowry to tell us more.
Last weekend, the Lowry finally welcomed people back to its galleries after being closed throughout lockdown. Obviously, although the building has been closed, it was actually used as a makeshift court, particularly for the Hillsborough trials. And obviously this weekend, there's actually going to be a live performance of Michael Spicer's, who is a comedian, and he's performing The Room Next Door. OBE Julia Fawcett, who's the chief executive of the Lowry, said that they're absolutely thrilled to welcome back these performances, and they're really grateful and proud of the work that has been completed throughout lockdown.
Each year on the 22nd of May, we remember the victims of the 2017 Manchester Arena terror attack, with people paying tribute in many different ways.
Across the country, people have made and sent craft hearts to Beth Clark, who distributes them across Manchester on this anniversary. Courtney Davis has this to report.
It's become an annual tribute to those who died in the 2017 terror attack. The Heart for Manchester campaign began days after the incident.
It hit me quite hard because you automatically think of your own, don't you? So I thought, well, what can I do? And I was working from home at the time, just running my own little craft business. So I thought of maybe, making some little tributes. And now I just envisaged that I'd end up with a small carrier bag full of these hearts. And we got 27,000 of them from all over the world, from Australia, America, South Africa, everywhere.
The hearts are not meant as a permanent display. People are encouraged to take them. Some have done that and expressed support on social media, and they are not the only tribute. This postbox topper in Swinton is one, Hearts in Light Oaks Park is another.
One of the comments that we got on the back of that was off one of the victims' mums saying thank you for remembering her daughter and the 21 others. So that was like the most special comment.
It's not just those directly affected by the attack who appreciate the effort.
The lady took one and she said like she'll always remember it and she has it in her house, and I think it's just really nice.
I think it really shows no matter where you are, who you are and what your life is, that we're all thinking about it.
I think it's a lovely idea. It really is, just to remember people.
Beth spends 4 weeks before May 22nd collecting and pinning together the hearts. She displayed around 7,000 across the city this year, but this time the hearts have also given people hope in lockdown.
Most people send me like a little note in the parcel to say how many there is, and 9 times out of 10 this year in the parcels, the notes have always said, you know, it's given me a really good positive focus throughout lockdown, you know, because I've been shielding or I've been furloughed or...
So next year you can either get involved or pop into the city and take a heart.
Courtney Davis, Quays News, Manchester.
Isn't that just a lovely way to remember the victims?
It really is. It shows the proper spirit of Manchester. Well, that is all we have time for today.
We'll be back for the final time this year next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.